After Michael Myers' death in Halloween 2, John Carpenter and Deborah Hill decided that they wouldn't bring the character back again. But it was so successful that they couldn't get around not making a sequel. Instead of bringing Michael back, they decided to reinvent the franchise and turn it into an anthology series. Each film would have a different story and would be their own unique films. So they made Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. It was released a year after the second movie, so Michael Myers was still on everyone's minds. The first thing people said when Halloween 3 was released was, "Where's Michael?" The film made barely any money and remains the second lowest grossing movie in the series. Critics and audiences all universally hated it at the time, but over the last few years, people have started to become more and more fond of the movie and it's now got a massive cult following. The plot is very unique and I have to say that it's probably the best thing about the movie. The film is all about a company called Silver Shamrock. Silver Shamrock are selling a very popular line of Halloween masks. On Halloween night, they plan to have an entire TV broadcast dedicated to horror movies, which is supposed to be capped off with a big giveaway. But there may be more to the company than just that. The film opens with a man called Harry who is being chased by mysterious figures wearing suits. Harry is almost killed by them and is taken to a nearby hospital where he's taken into the care of Dr. Daniel Chalice, who's played by Tom Atkins, who is probably most famous for films such as Night of the Creeps, Maniac Cop and The Fog. While staying in his hospital room, another mysterious man walks in, kills Harry and then sets himself on fire. Harry's daughter Ellie comes to Chalice because she believes that the Silver Shamrock Company has something to do with her father's death. They decide to go and search the factory. They are invited by company owner Canal Cochran to go on a special tour of the factory. While on the tour, they see Harry's car, which is being guarded. That night at their hotel room, Ellie is kidnapped. Chalice then breaks into the factory and is himself captured. He is then shown the effects that the Halloween masks have. When the big giveaway happens on TV, snakes and deadly insects are created, killing the person wearing the mask and anyone around him. So for the rest of the movie, Chalice has to save Ellie and of course stop the evil Cochran from killing everyone who watches the broadcast. The idea of the film is fantastic. It's very different and quite creepy. But the problem is that it feels like it should have just been a segment in a long anthology horror movie or TV show. Maybe if it's just a 30-minute long segment. The film feels like they're trying to stretch very little into a 90-minute movie. The script is very messy and a lot of the dialogue is very cringe-inducing. The acting isn't very good and it makes the film feel like a slightly above average B-movie. But there is still a lot I like about the movie. There are a lot of creepy moments and its plot is very smart. The film definitely feels like it's set at Halloween, probably more than any other film in the franchise. So if you were to watch any of the sequels at Halloween, I would probably pick this one simply because it has the feel of Halloween. But if you want a quality movie, I'd go with the other movies. Nowadays, when you say you don't like Halloween 3, people will complain and tell you about how the franchise was supposed to be an anthology series, but honestly, I don't think the fact that Michael Myers isn't in the movie makes it bad. I respect what the movie tried to do and I wish that the rest of the series stuck with this formula, but for me, the film just didn't cut it, although it's not terrible at all. I give Halloween 3 Season of the Witch a 6.5 out of 10.